Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Grown Ups the podcast. Hey, Ellie, how are you doing, girl?
Good morning. Guys, this is coming to you fresh on a Monday morning, yeah? We were meant to record last week. Genuinely, last Monday, let me just rewind, yeah? Last Monday, I was in my, I don't know, in my me era, do you know what I mean? I said, this week, I'm going to take a chill pill. Billy's new saying is, someone else's rush is not my rush. I said,
I love
amen.
that.
Yes.
I
I
love
said,
that.
me too, babe. It's not my rush. Okay. So I woke up Monday, I woke up Tuesday. I was like, nah, I'm going to start work at 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'll put in a little overtime, but I'm not going to be working 2 hours extra overtime every day like I usually do. Tuesday morning, I woke up, walked the dog before work, hopped on the train to work. I felt just sensational. Don't you just feel like life is in control?
Yeah.
Then Wednesday comes and everyone starts chasing for everything. And I realized why I work overtime. Because otherwise it all goes pew, 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 and then you're behind. So yeah,
And now
I
everyone's
am
rush is your rush.
everyone. This morning, Billy was like, "Remember, everyone else's rush is not your rush. Don't panic today. Just take your time." I said, "No, I'm panicking, mate." And I was out on Wednesday. I was out at a pottery event, which was so fun.
Wait, what
Um,
do you mean a pottery event?
so my work hosted a pottery event with clients. So they invited, I literally went last minute. I wasn't even meant to go because I had so much on. But an event that I had Thursday got cancelled. So I was like, oh, let me go to the Wednesday one.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were just like a few clients, a few of us from my company. And we literally made pottery. Same place we made it, Maggie.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's
But
so cute.
like literally, they have two of those studios. Guys, it's called Token Studio in Bermondsey. But they've got two of them within like walking distance. So this one I went to was bigger, but same company. And it was so fun. It was like a really different experience with clients. Super chilled.
Sorry, I
Um,
love I love corporates with money to do things like this.
I know, right? But yeah, it was probably a little bit too big of a Wednesday. Got home at 12 o'clock. Obviously, you know the ins and outs of that one, Maggie. And then Thursday worked. My screen time was 2.5 hours. Guys, I know for people who are adults, that's normal. For me, that's not normal. Like, I spend a lot of time on my phone. That's probably the shortest amount of time I've ever spent on my phone in my whole entire life.
Isn't that terrible?
Awful, but easily done. Like texting my mom, seeing how she is, texting family group chat, quick 15 minutes on Instagram, 15 minutes on something else. Easily done. Couple
Yeah.
podcasts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and then Friday, again, insane day, which is why I'm paying for it today, because I went to polo in the park for the first time. Loved it. Like, such a cool sport. I'd go
Is
again.
it? Really?
Yeah. Really cool. Like, it's kind of scary. The ball at one point literally almost hit us in the face. It whacked some girl's phone. She had her phone in her hand and it just came. But luckily it's like a soft, small football.
Okay.
But yeah, it's quite an aggressive sport. Like the horses are just pow, ramming into each other trying to get the ball.
Is
Um,
it?
but yeah, they have like 4 quarters to every game. So it's quite fast paced. They're on, off, on, off. And let's be real, like with all these corporate events, you don't actually ever catch much of the sport. So at the end, on the last game, we were like, no, let's watch some. And yeah, really good, thoroughly enjoyed. So
Sorry,
if
mad that
anyone,
these are all corporate events that you're going to. Like,
oh,
that's so insane.
but the thing is, you pay for it. Like I love that about my firm. They're so pro getting out, networking, but then you pay for it. I've been working since 6:30 this
Oh my
morning.
God.
Like my manager messaged me and he's like, "Hey, I'm so sorry I didn't pick this up for you on Friday when I was off." I was like, "Don't apologize, it's my work." Bless him, he's such a sweetheart. He was like, "Please take it easy this week," because obviously he's seeing me emailing at 6:30, and I'm like, "I
Yeah.
can't take it easy. Everything is due." Um, but yeah, we'll get there. I've like literally put a hold in for everything that came through on Friday. So like I've gone back to everyone and said, right, let's sort this out. So I'm feeling a lot better. And now just need to go and crack on with the work.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
guys,
you got
whistle
this,
stop
girl.
tour of how I'm feeling. On a more exciting note, This girl is off. I was about to say on the hollybobs, but it's not even hollybobs. This girl is off to somewhere exotic yet again. Fill us in, darling.
It's definitely not a Holly Bob's, I'll tell you that. um,
You
yes,
wish.
I'm going to Thailand. So this is the rescheduled trip that I was meant to go on after Vietnam. But then there was the earthquake the weekend I was meant to fly, so I couldn't go. So
Absolute nightmare.
yeah, it's the rescheduled one. But I'm so nervous about the first event, which is on Friday, because that one's like I'm speaking to an audience I've never spoken to before, an audience I've never worked with before. It's just like financial stuff that I really is not my tea at all. So I've had to do a lot of research, and I'm so scared that I've researched this, but I haven't worked in this. So I'm just thinking about all the theory, and I'm so scared that someone's going to ask me a question. It's like, but in reality, this is how it happens, and I won't have a comeback, and I'm the only person there representing my company, so no one can back me up, like no one can help me. It's just me, myself, and I, and I'm just so stressed about that.
Do you know what I've seen people do in these instances? So, girl, I hear you first of all, and secondly, so bloody proud. I'm so glad this has actually come into play for you because you put so much work planning it,
Yeah,
and then
this is a
obviously
long
for it all
thing.
to get cancelled. Um, but in some instances where this has happened, you can be like, yeah, to be fair, I haven't seen an example of that. Let me take it away. Or has anyone in the group had any experiences? Duh, duh, duh. Because I've been to events where other people have chipped in and be like, oh, that's happened to me. This is how
Hmm,
it. So I just do it like that. You can't know
it's true.
everything. We can't know everything.
I know,
But
but
I'm keeping my fingers and toes crossed for you because I know how stressful it can be when you're like, this is all on me.
no, I'm actually really stressed about it. Like I could fully cry right now because
Girl.
it's I'm so nervous about it,
Yeah.
and that I'm just gonna represent. And I also the purpose of this is like I have to deliver the workshop, but then I have to get clients from the workshop, so it
Yeah.
needs to be good. So it's just the pressure is pressuring. I'm just tired. I'm just like it's so hard to be hot and also do really well in your corporate life and also go to the gym and also shake ass on the weekend and eat healthy. Like it's so exhausting. I'm so tired.
Guys, never in the history of recording this podcast have Meggie and I ever been on the same page. Usually one of us is stressed and one of us is calm. Right
Oh,
now, both of us are stressed. No, but girl, I totally hear you. That is what's killing me at the moment. I haven't been to the gym in weeks. I've been swimming because that's peaceful and I feel like I need it to
yeah.
calm the fuck down. But it's balancing everything. Like the plates can't all spin at the same time.
Mind you, we don't even have kids. Like,
Oh,
I'm sorry, I work from home. I don't have kids. I'm in a me,
girl,
myself, and I household. Like I've got it the best I can possibly have it. And I'm still crying about it. Like,
it's actually insane. But
it's
you haven't got
insane.
it the best you could possibly have it. The best you could possibly have it is no kids, no expectations from anyone, like no responsibilities, and a 9 to 5 job that's only 9 to 5.
Yeah, this is
That
not
would
nine to
be
five.
the best. But in reality, sometimes things have to give and take. I had this chat with Billy this morning, and I was just like, "Look, for the next 2 weeks, I can't spin all these plates at once. Something has to give, and it's gonna have to be our quality time, like just for 2 weeks."
Oh, it's terrible.
And luckily, I have an extremely understanding partner. But you can't have it all. I've
No,
decided.
you actually can't. And you know what? Like, there's so many podcasts out there which will tell you, like, you just need to do this, and you just no. Sometimes you just can't,
No,
and that's full stop. You just can't.
there was Emma. Is it Emma Greedy
Yeah,
from Good American? Born and raised in East London, by the way.
yeah. No, I
Um,
love her
I
down.
know. She even said she went on a podcast and she was like, "You cannot have it all." She was like, "I have sacrificed so much in my life to get to where I've got to, whether it be time with her kids, time with her partner, etc., etc." You literally cannot. So sometimes I think when I sit there and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm not coping. Like I'm not doing everything." I just need to be like, "Girl, so long as one thing is succeeding, you're fine.
Yeah, you
You
actually
can
just
pick up the
need
collateral
the
damage
one
later."
thing. It's so true. Like, you just need the one thing. Um, but when the one thing is causing you stress,
Yeah, but girl, genuinely, like time and time again, I've spoken to older people in my business, they have like the imposter syndrome before a presentation, before an event. So just stand there and think, I have done this before. I will do this
Yeah.
again. Like this is another first. It's the firsts.
Yeah,
They're
it's
the
the first that kill me.
worst
Yeah, it's so true.
because it's uncharted territory. You're just like, oh my god, what could happen? This could happen. This could happen. This could happen. Sometimes just say this hasn't happened yet, so calm the fuck down.
No, it's
Easier
so
said than
true.
done, but
No, it is so true though. It is so true. And it will actually be fine. And before I know it, I'll be back in the UK and it will be over. So
yeah.
it's fine. It's totally fine. But on a more light-hearted note,
Yes, girl.
in this week's episode of Being a Dumb Bitch comes from yours truly.
Love it.
So, okay, there's someone at my company who works 2 days a week. So we're talking about she has an involvement in some of our work, and let's say my manager's like, "Oh yeah, Ellie only works 2 days a week, so she won't be available to do blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Gosh, that must be nice, mustn't it?" And she was like, "Oh, it's because it's because she has health issues. That's why she only works 2 days a week." And when I say,
Oh
because it was a team meeting, by the way, it wasn't just me and her. Everyone went silent, and I was like, "Oh, um, I take that back." It was just so awkward, like so awkward.
no. The thing is, that is so easily done. It's just
Yeah, it
something
is.
we naturally say. Just,
No, I
oh,
know.
must be nice.
Yeah, like no, but of course, if someone's part time, it's probably for a reason. Like they're not just part time just for fun, surely.
Who knows? People in my sister's companies, like in their schools, loads of them are part time just because they don't really need the money, but they want a little like side job.
Well, that must be nice,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh man, it happens to the best of us. Don't you worry. Yes, this morning I realised because I was in such a rush on Friday, I sent an email being like, appreciate the time sensitivities on this one. Please can you send me across this information? Not looking at the attached and it was in there. But
Oh, heck.
they, luckily they're really nice and they just came back to me and were like, here's what you need. Da, 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 da. They didn't even say as per the attached, like, oh,
No,
godsend.
that's nice. That's nice. I
It
hate
was
that,
only
but
that I checked today and I was like, oh, I got it.
sometimes you just get sent too much, especially if the email chain is long. It's like, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, I was on the train, so I didn't even have time to review the attached. Like the network really wasn't gonna let me. But I
Yeah,
thought, let me get
true.
ahead of the game. Next time I'll stay in my place.
No, but I showed you that someone was emailing me last week and they literally record the email 4 times before they
Yeah.
sent me the right email. And but because I'm on job, I'm seeing my emails come through. I'm starting to read it, then it gets recalled, and then again and again and again. And furthermore, they address me as Mr.
I
Meggie Eloy.
saw. Do you know what? I love it when other people make mistakes. It's the whole point of this podcast because it just makes you realize we are all human. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's
Like it's
actually
actually
fine.
fine.
Yeah, it's not that deep. Little things like that, like it feels awkward in the moment, but you actually just have to shake it off. Like it's not that deep at all.
If I record an email 4 times, I'd actually tremble. I'd tremble. I'm not sure
Same.
I'd come back from that.
I've only ever recorded an email once, and that's
Yeah,
because
same.
yeah, and even that felt like a big step, a lot to do. So to do it 4 times,
Mate, I don't even know how to recall it anymore. Like, I remember my
I
manager
couldn't do
being
it
like,
off
oh,
the
just
back of my
recall
head.
that. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
still don't understand whether it retracts the email, whether they can still see, like, what is the point? You may as well just follow up and be like, oh, really sorry, slight mistake in the last email. Here's the next bit you need.
Yeah,
Rather
because
than,
I read the email before she recorded it, so I saw what was in it, and it wasn't that different to what she eventually finally sent. So I would just yeah, like respond like, "Sorry, missed out something or whatever."
yeah, me too. It happens to the best of us. Come on.
Come on.
But on that beautiful note, let's see what problems you guys are having this week.
So this one is actually one that I feel like we can really give our 2 pence in.
Let's get it.
So this person says, I've just been promoted to manager and I feel awkward because my colleagues and I used to complain about this company together and bond over it. Now I'm manager, I feel like they won't relate to me anymore and potentially see me as a snake for leaving them behind. How do I manage them and how do I manage this situation overall?
This is so techie. Like, because you obviously get really close. For me, it's like grad cohort. You get really close with those people when you're on a level with them. And then if one of you jumps up and is now managing the other people when you're used to being on the same level, it's kind of like, where do the barriers, it's like putting boundaries in place at a later stage. Like, they should have already been in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really difficult to go from peer to manager.
Yeah. I think in this instance, all you can do is keep on a level, because I'd say I'm on a really good level with my own manager.
Yeah.
And all you can do is be the best that you can do, and hopefully people respect you for that. I respect my manager because he works so hard, and that's what I strive to achieve as well. So
Hmm.
whilst we're on a level and I'll tell him it exactly as it is, I will work hard for him because I know he's also putting in the hours.
Hmm.
So I think all you can do is be respectful, like delegate tasks appropriately. Don't always give people shit that you just don't want to do because now you've got promoted. If that's the case, that's going to cause issues. But just continue to work hard, be respectful, ask people for their time. If there's any issues, address them early, and that's all you can really do. Like, congrats on your promotion, well done. It's their own. Like, let's all stay in our own lanes and just celebrate our wins. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like you actually have a unique insight because you were a peer with them, you actually understand their personality a bit more. Like, whereas if
Yeah,
you came in as a manager, they wouldn't expose all of that to you. You have all of that exposure. So a lot of sorry, I said we would be good at this. We're not managers actually, but it's something that we think about a lot, which is why I thought we could give a good response to this. Um, I think a lot of management, from what I'm understanding, is to do with personalities. You need to manage
yeah,
people's personalities and understand how they work, how they like to work, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. And you already have a unique perspective of this because you were their peer. So you know on a real what they actually like doing and what they hate doing. Um, I think if it was me and the way I will do it when the time comes is
soon come, girl.
I will actually just speak to them on a level. Like I'll address the elephant in the room and I'll just have a meeting one on one and I'll say,
Yeah,
look, I know it's like different now because I've been promoted as manager, but because of that, like I really want to make sure that I can help you in your work and really I would try to find out what support it is that they need. It's like, we've spoken about in the past how you don't really enjoy ABC. What
yeah,
in an ideal world for you, what support would you need to make the environment better for you? And then go from there. Obviously, you might not be able to meet all of that, but you can start thinking about and showing that you do have the concern and thinking about what can you do to support this person. Um, and then that way you're just like cutting the bullshit and not just pretending to have escalated, but you're actually trying to talk to them on the level and work with them through this journey. But I
yeah.
think
That's
you have
such
a
a good
really
point.
unique perspective, and I think that will help you actually.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I absolutely love that. Yeah, let us know how you get on because I always can imagine. I just imagine that would be so awkward. Like,
Yeah.
you've been leveling with this person for so many weeks, months, potentially even years, and now you're like, okay, you're going to report into me.
I also think the challenge is as well is I imagine when you become manager, you're now reporting a bit more to senior leadership team, right?
Yeah,
So you're now going to get a different perspective of what the company wants and maybe the little things that you don't like doing as someone below manager, you now see the reason as to why you need to do it
yeah,
and you're going to see why it needs to be prioritized and so why you need to push that agenda even though it was something you used to chat shit about, but I think it's
yeah.
just about explaining that and just being really transparent.
100%. All you can do is be open and honest. And I completely agree with what you said in terms of like, oh, we used to complain about this, but now actually I've seen it from this light. It's just about being honest. Like, don't pretend that you never used to be where they were and you never used
Yeah.
to feel the way they were feeling. If your perspectives change as you grow, just be like, oh, yeah, I used to feel that way, but now it's changed because of X.
Exactly. You want people to still feel comfortable around you. And I think that's what my manager does really well is that she lets us know the reasons behind what she's
Mm.
asking for and the conversations that she's having at senior level so that we understand the reason for doing the things that we do, essentially, which I think, okay, you might not like doing something, but you see the need for it.
Yeah, 100%. Best of luck though, and congratulations again.
Yeah,
Let us know
man.
how you get on. Shall we jump into our poll? Guys, this is going to be a very short, swift episode just because
Because
your
your
girls
girls are
have a busy
stressed.
day. But you know what? I'm actually glad because obviously we had to cancel last week because that was a mess. Um, and do you know, whenever we jump on, I do feel a lot calmer, a lot more put together. I'm like, okay, like it really does de-stress. It's almost like when you go to the gym and you feel a bit lighter
Yeah,
after the gym.
agreed. Agreed.
So I'm glad we've jumped on. But this poll was just, do you know what? This poll relates because genuinely, if I could work, if I could learn how to use AI properly to make me more efficient, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So we basically asked you guys, what do you use AI for at work? How are you using this to help you guys? Because best believe if there's anything I can do to make my life easier, I'm absolutely here for it. So
Wait,
let's
what do
see.
you use it for?
I literally mainly use it for summarizing stuff. Like if I'm report writing, I'll be like, oh, I've done this in this location. Can you change it for this location? And then it'll give me a nice bit of text. But it's not always the best. You really have to tweak it here and there.
What do you use, like ChatGPT or Perplexity or something?
No, we have an internal one because
Oh,
they were worried
okay.
about it stealing our data.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to push for at my company because
Yeah,
people are using ChatGPT, Perplexity, and all of these different AI systems. And it is, if you don't use it properly, and they're actually coming up with a policy of how to use AI,
yeah, I can
because otherwise
imagine.
you are giving our data away for free.
Yeah, what once it's out there, and loads of the stuff we work on is like really confidential, so it really shouldn't be run through those kind of systems.
Yeah.
But you know, those internal emails get sent out, and no one really reads them. So I bet you half of my company don't even know we have our own internal AI system.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's be real. But yeah, that's really it for me. It's mainly report writing and little summaries here and there. But I saw my aunt yesterday, and she was saying how she uses it. If she gets like a complaint or she needs to send an email, she'll literally be like, write a response to this email, write a response to this complaint, and then she'll review it, tweak it, and it saves her time. And I'm like, but I don't think AI knows what my emails are about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I also just think like let's not lose our brains at the same time
Yeah,
because I do think there is beauty in like having to struggle to write an email because you're actually thinking about what you're saying.
yeah,
And I imagine that when you're doing a lot more in-person things, it's useful to have had that context. You're going to remember what the email chain was about if you're the one writing it, as opposed to if ChatGPT is writing it for you.
yeah. I think it's with anything as well. Like before you get the hang of it, it's almost easier just to do it yourself. Because
Yeah.
for me, where I don't use it that much, like which is why I'm intrigued to see how people use it, to see if there's any way I can use it better. But where I don't use it that much, it will take me longer to learn it than it would just to do the work myself.
Mm.
And sometimes how I feel with Excel shortcuts. Like I know there's a shortcut for what I'm doing, but by the time I've learned that shortcut, I may as well just have done it manually.
Just allow Excel,
Yeah.
period. Like I use it all the time and I just never love
Same.
it. I never love it at all.
No, girl, training is needed.
Yeah.
I'm already tired. It's only
No.
8:50.
I actually use it for when I'm report writing because I feel like my literary skills are not that good. I'll write the report and then as I'm reading over it, I'm like, oh, that sentence sounds a bit chunky. So I'll put this sentence into ChatGPT and I'll be like, rewrite this for clarity or
Oh, love
rewrite this
that.
for a policy audience. And then it will rewrite it in a way, or like write this so it's more diplomatic because I don't want to seem like I'm like cussing out this country or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it will rewrite it. And that's really good. like that, I'm shocked sometimes. I'm like, damn girl, there's some good words to put in there. It's just simple sentence structure though that I should know, but I know that that's my weakness. That's what I struggle with.
Do you know what? If the technology is there, use it because someone else will be.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like, yeah, you're using your brain to start with, and then you're reviewing it and put it in. And it's not like you're just taking it and copying and pasting it straight. You're actually taking it,
no,
analyzing it, and being like, yeah, I'm happy with that. Or no, I'm not happy with that. Let me tweak it. You're still sense checking, reading, and learning. So
yeah,
I think that's a really good way to use it. I think that's so smart.
yeah, I try not to like, I don't do any research on it or like ask it questions and stuff that will probably just be wrong or like just be a bit dumb. But it's also the problem with ChatGPT is that these things use so much energy,
Yeah.
and the data centers that are producing this energy need water to cool it down because it's loading up so much. So it's a big problem for like energy itself and energy demand and like climate change and stuff like that. But it is really good for certain things. I just worry because some people just use it willy-nilly for absolutely anything that you could Google, which uses a
Yeah.
lot less energy, or you just shouldn't be using for that sort of stuff. But anyways, what did people say?
Someone said, I use it to summarize long documents I really cannot be bothered to read. It works a treat and saves me so much time. At this moment in time, at the stage Chat GPT is at, or like at the stage all these AI platforms are at, I'd feel nervous to do this in case I miss something.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Love that, like smart, especially if it's like 100+ pages long. But I would be
Do
too
you know what?
nervous.
So the reason I wouldn't do that is because when I was researching once, I used AI to summarize a document that I'd already read to see if it was good or not.
Smart.
And it pulled out very weird information. Like it was kind of right, but like not fully getting the point that
Yeah,
I got from it. And I think with reports, like just read the abstract or the executive summary and then go to the chapter that you're looking for, and
yeah,
you have to read it. Like I actually think that AI is not that good for that, personally.
yeah. No, that's fair. I haven't used it for that reason. But we shall see. What else have we got?
Someone said my company uses it to write minutes for meetings, which I now find super useful. But initially, I couldn't work out how to stop the software automatically sending the transcription to clients without making about 101 mistakes. The thing is, I started using it because on Teams you can put in the AI note taker, and I was impressed by the fact that because sometimes I'm in meetings with clients that have really really thick accents
Hmm.
that sometimes I can't make out what it is that they were saying, and the AI taking note taking tool will decipher what it said, what that person said,
That's
which is
really
really
good.
helpful. Yeah, but I always take my own notes and I always have to go back and add things because it does
Yeah,
miss like some important things. Because really, the note taking thing is summarizing. It's not like a transcript
minutes.
per se. Yeah.
Yeah, I have. We don't do this in my company, but I know a client did it once and sent it to us, but I didn't bother reading it because I didn't need the minutes. But
Mm.
yeah, intriguing. It's cool. All of these features are so cool. But I do think, whereas in its infancy, it's just really hard at the moment for it to be able to be used without serious sense checking,
Yeah.
or adding extra details, as you say.
Yeah.
Someone else said emails. I haven't written an email in ages. This is what we were talking about earlier. Like helpful for saving time, and also depends what stage of your career you're at, I guess.
But you know
Like,
what? I can tell when someone's written using ChatGPT because
can you?
there's a couple of telltale signs. One is it usually uses American spelling. So if
Mm,
like in my industry we'd write decarbonize, we write it with an S, ChatGPT writes it with a Z. Um, Also, ChatGPT loves a hyphen. So in a sentence, it will use a hyphen instead of a comma or a full stop and start the new sentence. So you can tell there. It's also just certain language in the way that it's written.
for me, it's the language. But
Yeah.
I've never ever been sent something and I'm like, someone's used ChatGPT for that. So I just feel like either they use it and they sense check it, or they don't use it at all. But yeah,
But
the
there are
language is
tools.
weird.
The language is weird, and there are tools that show. you can find out if that person used ChatGPT or not. Oh, sorry, another thing I use ChatGPT for is to write my references.
Oh, girl, I don't have to do this, but if I did, oh, imagine being in uni having that tool.
No, because in uni I used to use Cite This for me,
Yeah,
but you have
same.
to put in very specific information. On
Yeah.
ChatGPT, you literally copy and paste the link into ChatGPT, you say, put this in AVA Harvard style or whatever, and it will do it so quickly. Like,
Oh,
whereas Cite This for me is
sensational.
so long. So I do use it for that as well.
That is a top tier hack. For
Yeah.
anyone at uni or anyone who's still referencing in their career, oh, absolutely love that.
I'm not even trying to encourage the use of ChatGPT though, but it's good for that.
Yeah, there's some like pros to it. Should we do one more each?
Yes. Someone said, I don't really, but I'm loving those little summaries on Google. Oh, I hate those little summaries. I didn't ask for it. Like, I'm trying to Google something because I just feel like it's using up more energy than I
Mm,
needed it to. Like, I don't like it.
I slyly do like the little summaries on Google, but sometimes, as you said with everything else, it can pull out irrelevant things.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You have to, the point is that you have to fact check everything.
Everything. Yeah,
Do you
which
know?
is exhausting.
Yeah. I know people that are using ChatGPT for therapy.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, like people will speak to ChatGPT as if they're a therapist, and then the ChatGPT will respond, based on what you're saying, it could be blah blah blah, it could be that. Have you thought of blah blah? It's ridiculous. People
That
use
is
it,
scary.
yeah, people use it for like travel stuff, like find me the best hotel rates for these dates or
That could be
whatever.
cool.
Yeah, I think that's useful. But therapy is scary because that's actually the problem with ChatGPT is that with a lot of things that you're searching for, it's it's coding. Like someone could change the coding and literally change how history has been written, for
Yeah.
example. Or with a lot of like things, especially like social media, how social media is influencing politics and the algorithms, which happened a big problem. There was a big problem with this in Brazil with the elections and stuff. If you're searching on ChatGPT, things like therapy and stuff like that, you don't know how it's changing your opinion ever so slightly without you realizing. I just
Yeah.
think the power to the people and people connection, like you still need that without I don't think AI should be replacing that.
No, I 100% agree. I think 100% everything needs to be sense checked. But in terms of harmless things like searching for restaurants and stuff, that is a pretty cool way to use it.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that lovely note, guys, oh, it's been so nice to actually record again. It feels like it's been a hot sec, but we have frightful days ahead of us.
Yes,
So,
we'll probably be offered like a 2 weeks whilst I'm in Thailand.
yeah, guys, genuinely have the most amazing few weeks. Hopefully, yours are not as stressful as ours. And please do send in your dilemmas to grownupspodcast at gmail.com or
DM us at Grown Ups the Podcast. Bye.
thanks.